Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, you know there are just 347 days until Christmas 2022. Oh, and I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. We're going to watch episode 3 of the Book of Boba Fett. Matt Risman, good to see you here again, my friend. I figured out I think why we were having trouble with the starting music. I cannot have YouTube Studio open at the same time I start Melon app. They butt heads with one another, and it it causes havoc. So can't do that. And Mark Hamilton, of course, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to get in right off the bat. Here's what I say. Oh, thank you so much, Matt. Say a prayer for you now before you watch the episode. I saw Mark is really good about after watching it in the morning in a private message. He gives me his ranking and just a short like here's what I thought, and he loved it and he hated it. So there there are parts that he really liked, parts that he didn't so much. So thank you for that. Yeah, the good, bad, and the ugly. And I also see that we're back on the episode duration is 39 minutes listed here on Disney Plus. Interesting because I think they aim for that 35 minute kind of mark. And when we see a 53-minute episode like last week, it seems like we'll bounce back to the 35-minute after that. Vanessa Floria, hello, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So I think, there's just a couple of announcements to make here off the bat. We are going to have a members only Zoom meeting this Friday. So in there, we'll give away our monthly vintage collection and our monthly Black Series collection figures. And we'll talk about channel information, some of the background stuff that goes on here. And we'll also just hang out. And if you've had a chance to attend one of those Zoom meetings, we have a lot of fun. It's much like a live stream, but you get to be on and you get to talk. Nothing is recorded. We don't have to worry about monetization or anything like that. And we have a good time. So stay tuned for that. Secondly, we've been meeting every Tuesday with a magic maker, my good friend, who has his own channel called Reimagining Star Wars. A magic maker and I have been meeting on Tuesdays. We're moving those to Thursdays for the going forward. So starting tomorrow and then going forward, we'll be meeting on Thursdays. Young Yoda, good to see you. And the Stanleys, hello there. Hi all. Good to see you as well. So I think that takes care of it for announcements. So with all that being said, I'm anxious to get into this. I hope that you guys, if you've already seen it, I hope you enjoy, and that and here we go. Here we go. As usual, I will start the timer as soon as we get past the Disney Plus logo and we start the actual count. There we go. Ooh. Right into the recap. I'll go ahead and let this play again. This is for those you can see the timer going there just so you can. Oh, Kev Z, kind of a letdown again. Yeah, Kev, I think that Mark Hamilton would probably largely agree with you. There's some interesting viewer information about the Book of Boba Fett as well. One is that it is one of the most popular shows that has aired on Disney Plus in the last year. Secondly, and I saw that its demand is ridiculously higher than it was in for the average on-demand show, which is great. But it is falling short of the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian kind of beating its socks off. RJ Brando, hello there. Enjoyed the latest episode of Vespa Wars. Oh, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And here we go. What's the name of this episode? Oh, Bomar Monk sighting. There he is. Oh, we've been waiting to see this Bomar Monk. There he is. Oh, Jabba. Jabba the Hutt. We have a Jabba the Hutt reference. Adaptive speech doesn't call it a Bomar Monk. What does it call it, Matt? Just a spider or something? Kieran, hello. Disaster. Oh, a little history. Okay. Okay. 3. Okay. That's why we see so... Oh, it says metal spider. Huh. Huh. Mayor Mark Shies. That's her. Oh, probably like 1. Okay. Yeah, nobody knows. Oh, okay. We're getting some confirmation. Yes? Oh, come on. A vassal. She's... I love Fennec. Kieran doesn't think he's going to beat me. Who's this guy? So, Trandoshans, we now know why there's so many of them. They kind of filled a power vacuum. Lortha Peel. A watermonger. Oh! Gotta love a watermonger. Why? Every time Lord Fortuna was perished. I love this watermonger. Well, you know. Oh, I recognize him. Wait a second. What is that actor's name? I totally recognize him. Wait a second. Stephen Root. That's... I love him. I'm insulted on your behalf. I love this. Huh. Oh. What is your tribute down? 0? I think you can double 0. That's an easy one. Oh. I love this. Jawas. I'm telling you, Boba Fett's got to get a bigger... Are you crazy? Hey, look! There they are! Okay. Ah, oh, our cybernetic gang. Well, there you go. Why not? So there's Sophie Thatcher. We think Drash. Karen. Brian Stone. Oh, then you'll work for me? Are they going to agree to work for him? Lortha Peel. Stanley's. Okay. There you go. He's getting together his band of enforcers. He needs enforcers, right? You can't be a crime lord without enforcers. You can't be a mob boss without enforcers. You got to have the streets of Mos Espa. You, you have to have enforcers. I love it. Oh, back to tank. Flashback scene. Here we go. Oh, I said this is in the DNA of the show. It just is. All I need is... Oh, we're back. Here we go again. Another flashback. There's the Slave One. Oh, Slave One sighting. Check. Oh, I'm doing okay on my previews. Or my predictions. Okay. That's the same scene we saw last week. He keeps going back to watching his dad leave. Oh, are we going to get a Mace Windu sighting? Are we going to get a Mace Windu sighting? Okay. Boba on a bantha. Oh, the music sounds a little bit like... I love it. Do, 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 do. Boba on a bantha. Making her way across the desert. Mos Eisley, I presume? Kind of looks like Mos Eisley. Where's my armor? No. Oh, look. Now we know how the Stormtrooper helmets get put on pikes. Oh, there's our pit droids. Oh, look there. Sighting of Rhea Perlman. Rhea Perlman sighting. Oh, nice tie-in to Mandalorian. Oh, we got a pike. Ah, he looks comfy. And then who's he going to say? From whom? It's not the speeder bike gang. He's going to say it's somebody else. Okay. Nikto Sand Riders. Something seems a little off. Something's a little off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody's attacked his... Here we are. Who was it? Who did it? I said the Nikto gang would attack his Tusken tribe. So this is his Tusken tribe. They've been attacked. Oh! Dead Bantha! Dead Bantha sighting. We're 3 for 3. Well, I've got a bad feeling about this. Yes. 2 dead Banthas. 3 dead Banthas. What is this? Oh, there we got dead Tuskens. Everyone is dead. Yeah. Oh, there's the kid, right? No, that's Oh, and there's their mark. That's their mark. Nikto gang. Yeah, that was the chief. That's what I thought, Matt. Thanks. Nikto gang. All right, funeral pyre. Very reflective. Coming out of your sleep. Time to come out. Or are we going right back in? No, it's wakey. Oh! Black Chrysanthemum. He said sleep lightly, didn't he? Ugh. Oh, they're having a fight. Black chrysanthemum. Oh, whack. Ouchie. Black chrysanthemum ain't messing around. Ouchie. Yep. He's defeated. Oh. Whack. All right. Here's our cybernetic gang. It's a 4 or 5 on 1. So, yeah. So they had a fight. Boba fight. Black chrysanthemum. Santa was wrong. There you go. Santa was wrong. But it looks like Star Wars Theory was right. Black chrysanthemum kicking the crap out of Boba Fett. Well, he's going to have to fight the whole... Oh, we're going to drop him in the pit? Drop him in the pit. 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 Come on. Drop him in the pit. There you go. Get him on the trapdoor. There you go. Fennec. Whoosh. Ha ha. Oh, now you just got to get him knocked down. Get in the pit. Get in the pit. Ouchie. Oh, Black chrysanthemum in a pit. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Black chrysanthemum kicked the crap out of Boba Fett. I'm gonna go ahead. Meg, right about 2 things. Santa's been wrong about 1. We had a fight with Black chrysanthemum. Oh, big meal. This is going to be for his gang, right? To reward them for saving his life. Yes, you do need to respond. Sasha! Good morning. Hello, Sasha. Bring your gang in. Let them all eat. Yes, you do. No. Yes, they did. Timsterbot. They're here. They've brought a gift. Somehow, I wonder about a gift. A gift. What would this gift look like? Give him the chair. The twins are here. We've come to apologize. Oh, so they use the little furry animals to wipe their sweat. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so they admit they set Black chrysanthemum. Oh, looky. That is a big gift. Oh, we have a Rancor. We have a Rancor. That's a nice gift. That is great. That's awesome. We got a new Rancor keeper. Oh, look who it is. Uh-huh. I love it. Danny Trejo. Something you should know. Territory's been promised to another syndicate. Crimson Dawn. Oh, that spineless mayor. Going back to Hutta. Okay. Black Chrysanthemum. We're leaving. Recommend you do the same. Worthless rock. Sell the Wookiee. He's our tribute to you. Okay, so they've given him Black Chrysanthemum, and they've given him a Rancor. Now, does Boba say to Black Chrysanthemum, hey, dude, we've worked together before. How about you help me out? No hard feelings. Just business. Come on. No, Black Chrysanthemum's leaving. Okay. Ducky. He does, Ducky. He's got the 1972 Bigfoot trot. He absolutely does. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Black Chrysanthemum, at least Boba Fett, put an olive branch out to Black Chrysanthemum saying, hey, you're free to leave or you can hang out here with me. Oh, he's sad. Sad Rancor. What's this? I love this guy. Yeah, does he have a life debt? It's a calf. What's its name? What's its name? Give us a name. Training. Quite peaceful. Boba rides a Rancor. Danny Trejo. Witches of Dathomir. Oh, would ride them. Witches of Dathomir. I love I want to ride this one. I want to ride it. 10 times its size. What would that be? To die. He let his accent through. What's his name? Machete. Yeah. Okay. Took its blindfold off. We're going to imprint it to him. Imprinting it to Boba. What's its name? Yeah, Bantha's big. Oh. 8D8. Here we go. We're not waiting for an appointment. Oh, yeah. See, I think that that Athorian mayor, is a big liar. Pants on fire. Oh, yes. And Meg, Drash and Scad, we were right about that. Drash and Scad. Oh, we've got more Vespas. There's a green and a yellow one. Here we go again. What? The mayor? No, it's not. No, it's not. As I. Fennec hasn't killed anybody in a couple of days. She's got an itchy trigger finger. Oh, what? What? Time sensitive. Heavy-handed. Oh, we locked the door. Oh, somebody's not home. Somebody's running. Exactly. That's exactly it. Finnick, you haven't killed anybody in a couple days. You okay? He's running. Oh, here we go. Now we get our Vespa chase. Here it is. Oh, Vespa chase scene. Woo! Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay. Vespa chasing. Oh, we get a little protocol droid. He's in trouble. Oh, run. Run away. I love it. Mark, I can't watch. Oh! Bunch of mouse droids. Another bantha. Oh, okay, there you go. Pit droid. Chase scene. Jumpin' Jamie, hello! Hello, Jumpin' Jamie. Vespa chase scene. Where is the mayor? Oh, Ducky, I hate Vespas so much it hurts. I love it. They're making me happy. And I know they shouldn't. Oh, I like the little spiky foot deal there. There goes Jordan. Up and over. Whoop. Picture of Jabba. Was just, bike gang down. Gonna have to get back on your Vespa. Come on. Get out of the way! Oh, screams and laughs. Up and over. Hey, just like... You're not wrong, Mark. You're not wrong. Hey, this is just like the pod race scene where they went up the ramp and over. It's just like little Annie riding that pod racer over. Hey, there's the scene from a trailer. It's not going to start. Oh, Bubba uses his jetpack. Somebody's going to get a bonus point. He's working with the Pikes. Hey, there we go. That's a... It looks Corellian. Not sure. But that's quite the large shuttle there. Walking with the... Yes, we did jump it, Jamie. That was Rhea Perlman. Yes. Right? Is that what you talk about, Rhea Perlman? There's the Pikes. Lots of Pikes. Pike, Pike, Pike. Here's a Pike. There's a Pike. Everywhere's a Pike, Pike. Pikes everywhere. We've got... Jamie thinks it was a double. It could be a double. I'm not sure if it was Rhea Perlman or not. Yeah, they're not modified YT-1300s. But they look Corellian, right? Don't they? I still think they sort of have a Corellian kind of vibe. They're going to war. Pikes. Is that it? That's it. Amy Sedaris. Amy Sedaris. Sorry. Why do I have Rhea Perlman in my head? She voiced somebody, didn't she? Rhea Perlman. But yeah, Amy Sedaris. That's the actress. That's it. Oh. Let's see. Did they list Amy in the credits? Tamora. Mike Porter. Oh, good morning, Mike Porter. Ming-Na Wen. Co-starring Matt Berry. Let's see if Stephen Root. His character entertained me so much. Sophie Thatcher. There we know. Jordan Bolger. Oh. Black Kirsten. Black Kirsten. Danny Trejo. David Pasquisi. Oh. You know, I don't see them listing. Oh, she voices Sid. Okay. Rhea Perlman. Yeah. Also someone you worked with. That's really cool, Jamie. Yeah, I didn't see Amy listed in the credits. So you might be right, Jamie. It could be a stand-in. And I love the artwork that, much like Bando, has the concept art at the end. It's really good. Yeah. Meg, it was never going to be Arden Lynn or Aylin Vel. I agree with you. Oh, Mark's grumpy. Slow, jerky, badly shot and cut. Vespa's look and feel out of universe, not part of a street gang. I will agree that they look slow. I don't know about... I'll have to rewatch it, Mark, before I chime in on the rest of what you said there. Sometimes a girl with a cyber arm is just a girl with a cyber arm. Well said, Matt. Well said. All right, let's go ahead and stop this, and I'll have to rewatch it later. But that was a ton of fun, you guys. I enjoyed that episode maybe more than I should have. I really liked it. I get that it's not for everybody, but I certainly enjoyed it. Let's see if I can get some of this stuff turned off. There we go. Yeah, Danny Trejo's The Most Things Made by Robert Rodriguez. It was good to see him show up, though. Like, I love some of these cameos. People getting in on the fun, right? There's a certain amount of fun in being in Star Wars, and that we have some big name actors or some recognizable folks that are regulars throughout different series. It's great to see them kind of show up and be in these shows. Black Chrysanthemum got to tear a few limbs off with those gang kids. I would have really liked to seen Black Chrysanthemum offered an olive branch. He may still yet be. I'm not going to say that we're done seeing Black Chrysanthemum on the season. Boba says we're going to war and I'm going to be ready. And we did see a scene where the town looked a little more wrecked, right? So I think that we still very well are going to see Boba ride a Rancor. That early rumor is something that I think we're going to see. The folks over at Star Wars Newsnet broke that story, and I think that is absolutely going to happen. But I would love to see Black Chrysanthemum come along as one of Boba's enforcers. How cool would that be? That would be great. Dawn, good morning. So glad to see Danny in the episode. Yes, I I enjoyed it as well. Yeah, we're going to get the Boba rides a Rancor seat. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's funny. There must have been a yellow Vespa. Ducky. That was funny. We'll be back to partner with Boba. Yeah, I think that makes sense, Vanessa, because they need to get. He needs more enforcers. The Vespa gang is great, right? The cyborg gang. We could call them cyborgs, right? Could we say that Boba's cyborg gang is the beginning of his enforcers? But he needs more. He's got the Rancor. That's a great thing to have. And now it's imprinted. He's going to learn to ride it. The Tuscan scene was powerful. Yes, it was. Riding the Bantha across the Dune Sea. So, Brian Stone, hey there. So let's get into the predictions. There's a lot of things that I saw today that have me excited to get through this. I think I did okay when we start to break it down. And I'm curious to see cyborg millennials. Do you think the two Tuscan chiefs may have gotten away in time? Well, the one seems dead. But we may have had some others make it out. Yeah. Legit emotional. That was his makeshift family, right? So let's break this down. Let's take a look at the predictions. And the first one, Boba kills someone. I got to think back. I don't remember him killing anybody. We saw him early on, and even if you go back into his flashback scene, he didn't kill anybody in the flashback scene. He didn't kill anybody before the flashback. I don't see him or Fennec killing anybody in this episode. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think some of you have seen it more than once. I don't think that Boba or Fennec killed anybody, right? Mark, I fear Afra series would have a lot of side characters looking like that gang. Perhaps so. Perhaps so. Yeah, the chief was dead. Yep. Yeah, it didn't happen for either one, Jamie. That's what I thought. I don't think it happened for either one of them. So let's mark for Boba and Fennec. We're going to replace the nose. The nose actually get the point here. Neither Boba nor Fennec killed anybody. So we replaced that. 25 instances of nose. That's a big one. We see the slave one. Indeed, we did. We saw the slave one right there. The slave one, again, it was in a flashback scene. We have still yet to see the slave one in the hangar. Interesting article I read. And I don't remember right now where I saw it, but there was an article that said that Tamura said that they call it the fire spray gunship on set, or that's, as part of the crew, they call it the fire spray gunship. And if you remember, there was that other interview he did where he talked about riding in on the gunship, on a gunship. I think it very well could be Fennec and Boba coming in on the Slave One. If they're going to call it the fire spray gunship, and he's riding in on a gunship, it could be the one and the same. It could be one and the same. And I know people are going to be grumpy. I know. Look, I've got it called Slave One on the survey for a reason. Right? That's the name that it's been known for some time. But I think that we've all known it as the Slave One. And when I refer to it as that, there's no question. We could have fun calling it other things, but I am absolutely certain that people hearing it called the fire spray gunship are going to be grumpy. They're going to be grumpy. And I understand why. I'm less attached to that name. I understand its name. I understand its background. I understand why that Django called it that. I understand why it had that name. I'm not offended by Slave One at all, but I'm also not offended with a name change. I'm not as emotionally attached to Slave One as apparently some people are, or at least some people are kind of involved in that whole culture war kind of thing and fighting the fight. I'm just not. This is not a hill that I want to die on. So call it what you will. But yes, we did see the Slave One in the flashback to Camino. Someone says Jabba. Indeed, we did get a Jabba reference. So we're going to replace the yeses here with ones as well. We did see or hear Jabba. Ducky, I still chuckle that BK had a room full of guns, knives, and clubs to kill Boba in the back tank, but he chose to attack him with a jump scare. Well, he still has, and you see, he's well armed, just himself, right? He's got the implants, and he had Boba Fett as good as dead, right? Boba Fett had already collapsed, more or less unconscious, perhaps unconscious, and it was the Vespa, it was our cyborg gang that came in and disrupted Black Chrysanthemum, and who got him into the throne room, and then of course Fennec, who dropped him into the hole. So I don't think he needed weapons. He had Boba on the ropes already. So I was wrong about that again. Just to be upfront, I did not think that Boba and Black Chrysanthemum were going to fight, but they did, and it looked like Black Chrysanthemum was having very little trouble taking care of Boba and Vanessa. Didn't it look like he broke Boba's back? His feet went limp and it got nervous, but then it's a Boba show. No, he had squeezed the breath out of him, and I think when he went limp, that's when I thought he was knocked unconscious. I see somebody here. I see somebody here. One of the biggest Omega fans in the whole Star Wars fandom. One of our good friends going back for a long time, and and you know, if they're a friend, we troll each other. That's what happens. Meg trolls me. I troll Meg. It's the way it goes. And we've got Lunga, the Gray Council. We've got Lunga here. This show is becoming trash. Grumpy are you? Maybe maybe I get that. I do understand. It's not for everybody. I really like this episode. Mark, yeah, good one, Mark. Sure I saw Lunga on one of those Vespas. You know, if Lunga were in Star Wars, he would be riding a Vespa, wouldn't he? You know, you got your choice, Lunga. You can ride one of these cool Harley swoop bikes or a Vespa. Which do you choose? He says, I want the yellow Vespa, please. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. And you know what's really bad is Santa's picking a fight with somebody who's got his own channel who can fight back. You know, when you dish it out, you got to be willing to take it. And Lunga's a good friend. Look, I enjoy having Lunga as a friend. Because just different perspectives, you know, it's good to have different perspectives. They're trading story for silly moments. Maybe the silliness is okay, but with me, I see lots of callbacks to prequels, and for our prequel fans out there, they should be quite happy with some of the prequel nods. And, you know, I've been Power Rangers on scooters. The Vespa gang. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I enjoy it. Let's see. What's Lunga got to say back here? Sat through 2 episodes of flashback, make a connection to Tuskens. Only to be used as a foil for his emotional reasons to be where he's at. Yeah. Again, I guess I sort of get the grumpiness that folks have, and I don't think you're alone, Lunga, and that's why I really appreciate you sharing in here, because it's kind of important that we understand different perspectives, and we start to understand why some people love some things and don't others. As I mentioned right before we did the live stream or the watch, I saw an article saying that the Book of Boba Fett is not. Yes, Lunga, I will send you a link here momentarily. I'll send it to you in Discord. Let me get that together. Invite a guest. Copy the link. And then let me send it to you in Discord, Lunga. There you are. And then let me finish my thought here. Thank you so much, Lunga. I appreciate you willing to come in. Because I do think it's sort of important to get the different perspectives and understand why some people aren't connecting to it as well. I enjoy... the only callback to the prequels are reported flashbacks. I don't know about that. Like I said, during the Vespa chase, there was when she rode up on that ramp, came down on top. That was very much like in the Phantom Menace when Annie took that ramp and went up and over in the race. So I think that that could be the case. So let's see. The story's just not resonating. Yeah, I think that's the case for a number of people. I think that's it. Let's get through a couple more questions here as Lunga gets ready to join. So I do want to go the dinner lunch scene with Tatooine's criminal underworld. I had originally said yes, that this was going to happen, but Meg assured us that it was episode 4 that we were going to get the dinner scene. So I went back and before the episode started yesterday, I went and changed my answer to no. So I took Meg's advice. I changed it to no. So no's get the point here, and credit to Meg for all the right answers. Those of us who were connected to her know that that's the deal. Nikto Gang attacks Boba's Tusken tribe. That did happen. We saw the tag where the Boba's Tusken tribe was taken out by the Nikto Gang. So that happened. Yeses get the point here. And we'll replace all. Done. The Bomar monk seen outside of Jabba's palace. This was fun because we didn't know when that was going to happen. It could happen any time. And Lunga's in the back room, so let's get this, and then we'll get Lunga in. So Bomar monk seen outside Jabba's palace. We saw that in the trailer, and we talked about this with Jason Ward making StarWars.net. It was possible that was made for just a trailer, that was not going to be a scene in the show. But it was fun to put in the survey, and the question was, if it was actually going to be in there, was it going to show up? So did anyone catch the Kenton Strider's name drop? No, I did not. But let's bring Lunga in. And hey,
what's up?
It's good to see you this morning. It's bright and early. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't gone to bed yet, so I've been up all night.
Oh no.
my sleep schedule has been out of whack for weeks. It's crazy. But yeah, I haven't gone to bed yet.
Well, thank you so much for
coming
in. Oh, it's great. It's great, and we have good fun poking fun at one another. It's so much fun. So I appreciate your sense of humor there as well. So let's talk about the reaction.
I mean, I want to preface this with saying that I was excited about the series, and I sat through the first 2 episodes. I felt the flashback scenes were going on a little too long. Not that we didn't need them or they were bad. I felt they were going on a little too long, lingering on some stuff that maybe they could have cut down a little bit. And I really wanted to get to the present day story that involved the whole, underworld and cartels and this kind of stuff. So I felt they went a little long. But I'm like, okay, it's building to something here. It's building to something here, right? I'm a huge Dune fan, and everyone kind of knows that Star Wars did steal a lot of stuff from Dune. George Lucas did. He did that too as well. Frank Herbert was kind of bristly about that as well. He would poke at George for stealing his stuff. But, and then it became like a Dune episode. It's like there's the Vision Quest with the water, and this is a water world once. And so I felt this big connection of, okay, the Tusken Raiders are the Fremen. Okay?
Yes.
That's what they are. They're the Fremen, and I felt that he's going to make this connection with them, and it's desert power, right? That's going to be his army. That's what's going to help him control Tatooine. That's going to help him control this
I agree with
crime
you.
Organization, right?
That's what I thought. That's where I thought we were going with it as well. I thought he's going to eventually happen. Yeah, even though a number of them are dead.
When they showed all the dead, they didn't show the girl.
Right, and that funeral pyre wasn't big enough to be all of them.
All of them, right. And so they can still come back, whatever. But I felt that's what it was leading to, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I can deal with these flashbacks if that's what this is building to, and this. Then we get to this episode. We get another flashback again, and then it's a lot of prequel stuff. Again, we're repeating the same flashbacks, right? We keep seeing him looking out the window, seeing his father taking off in Camino. We're seeing that a lot, and it's starting to become a little repetitive. And it's kind of annoying. So we get to this thing, right?
Yeah. And then, I agree with you, by the way, on the Camino repetitive.
Yeah.
That was the exact same vision he had before.
Right.
We've been seeing some things added in between episode 1 and episode 2, but this was a replay of it, right?
Yeah. It feels like they're filling time, and that's what's bothering me. It's like these are not long episodes, half hour, and you're trying to fill time in them. I don't understand that. But then we get to the stuff like I can easily be suspend my disbelief. Okay, I'm good with it as long as I understand why it's happening, and I can do that, right? But when I'm watching a show and it immediately makes me ask questions like, why is this happening? It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we get these kids, right? And now they're his army. So we replace the Tusken Raiders with the Power Rangers. We got the gold bike, the blue bike, the red bike, the green bike. And tell me, am I the only one here? Now, I'm not the guy. I'm not this huge Boba Fett fan like some people are, where it's like he's supposed to be, a awesome dude. Everyone's scared of him. He's Boba Fett. I'm not like that, but there's still an element of this is Boba Fett, right? He's supposed to be intimidating. He's supposed to have some kind of name recognition, right? This is not long after Return of the Jedi, so it's not like, people shouldn't know who he is, especially on Tatooine, hanging around Jabba's palace, coming there back. People should know who Boba Fett is. Not only have a little intimidation because he's the daimyo, but just because he's Boba Fett, nobody's scared of him.
No.
These kids are just like talking back to him like no fear. It's like a bunch of Aladdins, right? A bunch of street urchins, and they didn't. Boba Fett, whatever. We know who you are. We don't care.
But I think
why?
that's but you see a lot of that kind of disrespect between younger generations and older generations, right? They come in, they're like,
in real life. Are we talking about Twitter or are we talking about Star Wars? What are we talking about?
Yeah. I hear you, Lunga. And Meg says you've got a fair point, but she says patience. And you're not alone. Look, you're not alone. Martin,
we're halfway through the series.
Martin cracked me up saying, Boba Fett has now become the grandpa we all wish we had.
Right. But again, I was on board for the kinder, gentler Boba Fett, if you will, right? As long as his reasons were making sense. And they were kind of making sense with the Tusken Raiders, right? We saw him like, you know what? The power of this planet, the power of this place is the people who've lived here. They're the strong ones. They're the ones that... And I was on board for that. Then they killed them all off. He seemed disappointed, but he just went about his business. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And it seems weird to me.
Well,
and then we get to the scene when Chrysanthemum yanks him out of the back tent, which was a really cool scene. It was cool when he yanked him out of there. Okay, I'm like, oh wow, that was a big pop.
Here we go. Right.
But then it devolved to this ridiculous fight scene where these kids come out of nowhere and they're fighting him. Where did they even come? They just were just there in the palace. They just suddenly they're there.
Mike Porter, he went to the mall to get his gang. It's not
Where
wrong.
was Fenty?
That's not wrong.
Why is she relegated to 3 episodes of one-liners?
Well, and she's an intimidating.
No, she's not. With one-liners,
she's not done much. Well, I mean that's her intent, right? Like her episode, her character is being set up just to be the intimidator, right? Like,
but she's not, and she gets there right near the end of the fight where he just happens to be standing on a 3x3 foot square in the middle of this fight where they're going all over the place. He just happens to be there, so she comes in just in time to hit a button. I mean, why? What? It's just, it feels like bad storytelling, and people, like I see people saying, I hear a lot of people, there's a callback to this, there's a callback to that. Is that what we're watching this show for now? It's just Easter eggs? Forget
there's
story.
A lot of it.
It's just about Easter eggs. That's all. And a lot of people were worried about that. Star Wars Only was worried about that. I'm like, no, it shouldn't be that. He's like, it's member berries. It might just be member berries. All these things they're doing, and that's what it's starting to feel like. It's starting to feel like you just filled it with a bunch of member berries, and the story's backseat.
Well, the Vespa chase was full of it. Full. I mean, from beginning to end, all kinds of Easter eggs, right? If you could slow that thing down to half speed and still catch a
half
ton.
Speed. They were going like 20 miles an hour.
No, I'm just saying you could slow it. You could slow it down even more and catch even more Easter eggs. There were that many, right? There was Easter eggs wall to wall, beginning to end, right? Like I'm pretty sure you could go back and replay it multiple times, and the list of Easter eggs in that chase scene alone would be lengthy. So that's my only point. And it was a little slow. I felt like it was a tad slow. Like, this is a slow chase scene.
I felt like it was a bunch of kids on their bicycles chasing a rickshaw. I'm like, what?
We had a rickshaw in there.
Yeah. And why did he go forward and not backwards? What is up with this droid? He goes forward instead of backwards. Then there's this painting of Jabba that just randomly They're walking through. Jabba's been dead for 7 years. His painting just walks through. It's like the guys in the movies with the glass that walk through the street
Right.
when the car goes through.
Yes.
They do
Lots
that.
of tropes. Lots of tropes.
Corny, right? Now, wait. Here's the worst part. This whole chase scene for Boba Fett to have apparently been following them with his jetpack the whole time to land there in front of him at the very end. You could have had even just a shot of him flying overhead, looking down and watching the chase scene, right? And then communicating with them. Hey, go this way. You could trap him. Go this way. And then he could swoop down and land. That would have made at least that scene better if you're going to do that. But they didn't. They just went with this corny chase scene that was really slow, filled with Easter eggs that mean nothing towards the story.
You may be right. I'm having fun. For me, it's fun. I get your point. There's only 7 episodes. And with 7 episodes, are we moving the story quick enough to get to a satisfying end? And I think Meg has brought up a couple of good points, like patience. Mandalorian season 2. What did she say here? Let me go back. Here it is. Episode 3 of Mando season 2. Now, that's 8 episodes, not 7, but the point is still stands, right? We had not yet seen Ahsoka, Migs, Boba getting his armor back, Luke, and the Snoke tanks. So a lot can happen in 4 episodes.
Meg, I appreciate it, but hold on. Notice what this comment says. That comment was all cameos. It wasn't story. The comment was all cameos. We didn't see this person, that person, this person, that.
Yeah.
Cameos, not story. Mando had a story going before those. So by the time we got to those characters, we had a good story. This is not a good story. It feels like a window showcase of Easter eggs.
Well,
the story doesn't make sense.
They're filling in Boba's backstory. They're really, and I heard what you said earlier about getting to present time and moving that story forward. They've spent a lot of time in this series so far through 3 episodes, and I think somebody did a count on it. Maybe it was only did a count on the time.
The minutes.
Yeah, the minutes in flashback versus the minutes in real time, and the flashback's winning, right?
Yeah.
And so I get that, but I'm enjoying that backstory, the time in between Return of the Jedi and now, that they've been filling in to get to Mando. We did have a Mando kind of Easter egg in there, right? That showed up in there, but I mean,
let's go through the flashbacks, right? Take out the prequel ones because those are just member berries, right? There's really no point to that. It's just him, my father. And I felt like Kylo Ren saying grandfather and father. That's all that flash. So those don't even count. Let's take those out. So the meat of flashbacks is with the Tusken Raiders, right?
Yeah.
When you take out all the fluff, all that time, what did we see? He was with them. He killed a monster. The Pike scene was the most exciting scene with the train of the whole 3 episodes. Okay? That was a cool scene. We get through that. Then he goes to the bikers who were harassing him first before the train, right? It was kind of the same thing. Then he goes through this vision quest. It was an LCD trip. A mushrooms on shrooms with a lizard up his nose.
Yeah.
Seeing water. Like, why do they keep mentioning it was a water world? Is this Dune? Is he going to make it rain?
Oh,
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why is that important? Why is it important?
You brought that up before. This, and I was, what was is it Atraxis? Is that the name of the planet?
Arrakis.
Arrakis. Tatooine is becoming Arrakis, like straight up, right? A 1-for-1. And you said earlier that that Lucas certainly stole from Dune. There's no question. Like, you watch Dune, and you see plenty of Star Wars in it. You see Star Wars, you see plenty of Dune in it. Is more accurate because Dune came first, and George stole from it. So what we've seen so far in the Book of Boba Fett is doubling down on that. Yeah. Any kind of history with Tatooine is being more and more aligned to Arrakis.
But it needs a reason. here's the how many desert planets are in the Star Wars universe? We see them a lot. There's arid desert planets
plenty.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, in the Dune universe, there's Arrakis, and it's the center of the universe. It is the center of trade. It is the home of spice. It is the most important planet in the galaxy. Tatooine is not at all. Okay. Also, the reason Arrakis is important and the reason why it was a desert planet, this whole thousands and thousands of years of lore with the sandworms and why it became that way and how it turned back. Tatooine doesn't have any of that. So you see what I'm saying? So it just feels like you're taking what you think is cool without a reason for it to be there. And it's starting to become distracting. Like why was that important? And I cannot see a reason why it's going to be important. An underworld story has nothing to do with the water on a planet and of this and they have those water chestnuts they dig out of the ground, whatever.
Right.
I just don't see the importance of it yet, and I don't think we're gonna see it. And I know Meg says patience is that I would have patience if it was building, and it doesn't. It feels like 3 episodes of showcasing member berries. So it's hard to say have patience because I feel we're gonna get more of the same. Especially if I'm not gonna say I've heard people talking about, especially if supposedly the cameos in the last episode finale are true, they don't even need to be there. And you know what I'm talking about.
No,
right?
I know what you're talking about. But we'll wait to let that unfold. So I appreciate you being respectful there.
Yeah,
but,
no, I'm not going to say it. But they don't need to be there.
Good. No,
it doesn't make sense to the story.
Will has made a couple of good points, and Will has been making this point since before the series started. He had his concerns about Robert Rodriguez from the get-go, and he's been bringing it up week to week. And I just want to credit him for being consistent on this. He's not a Johnny come lately here. Will has been raising this from the get-go. It's a Robert Rodriguez things. If you watch his other work and you see what he has done, it's his thing. He comes with these ideas, segues with the surface. If you think about JJ's reputation, right? He's great at build up, but terrible on landings, right?
Yeah.
JJ can't land a movie to save his life. I mean, he could get it up. He can tell the story. Like he can get to use that parallel, right? He can get the plane started. He can get it in the air. He can get you. Lost. Yeah, but then when it comes to bring it in for the landing at the end, not so smooth. Not so smooth.
Yeah, and Meg has a point, and this is key. To me, the most disappointing thing is this was a Favreau written episode, and that is disheartening. It's disappointing to me. I expect better, and especially from him. I don't see where it's going. You're not giving me anything to care anymore. You're not giving me anything to care, and that's the problem. I want to care about Fennec Shan. I love Ming-Na Wen. You're not giving me anything to care about her. Okay? You're making Boba this, I'm going to lead with respect. I thought it was going to be more of this, Godfather-ish kind of thing. And it's not. He's Fredo almost. He's not even Vito or Michael. Okay? It's almost like a Fredo the way he's doing things. Chrysanthemum was the coolest looking thing. Did we even get into the Rancor? Did we need that much time with this Rancor? And everybody was flipping their lids over Danny, over Trail. It's like, who cares? Why does that matter?
I just enjoy it. I enjoy it because I like the actor, so it's fun to see him. But and I'm looking forward. And what was this? Kiaran brought up the point. It's all killer, no filler. I was thinking about this. This is what's going to get a lot of the heat, right? Because the build up to the season was all killer, no filler, and people are feeling more filler than killer, right? So. For me, I'm enjoying it.
Killer, is he meaning action? Or...
Yeah, I think they're talking about nonstop action.
I'm even okay with a slow burn, as long as there's a story developing. And this one seems disjointed. That's the problem.
Well, I like where it's headed, but the one thing I've been holding off for is the Godfather kind of thing, right? If it's going to be a mob boss, be a mob boss, but. There's got to be consequences, and they brought that up in this episode. There's got to be consequences for not towing the line. Like there's got to be, if you're going to have a Godfather, there needs to be severe consequences for disobedience. And we've had plenty of disobedience. I love the watermonger saying, "Look, I'm offended for you.
Yeah.
I'm so, but that was hilarious. That landed with me. Let me just kind of summarize as a whole. For this episode 3, on the standard 10-point scale, where are you?
Oh, geez, I'm at probably at a 5 with this episode.
Well, 5. Okay, I would give myself. So far, I gave episode 1 and 2 in that 8 range. I'm gonna stay there for this one, and if I had to separate them, I would say 2, 1, 3 in that order. And I'm in that 8 range. For me, they're not over the top. They're not like super great, but they're super entertaining, and I'm having fun. I laughed pretty much beginning to end. I enjoyed it.
Is this what Star Wars has devolved to? Oh, let's have a fun time. Let's laugh. Is that what it's devolved to? You're supposed to have those fun moments inside of a good story. Okay, like Han's quips, right? You're supposed to have those inside of a good story. Ewan and Hayden's quipping with each other. You're supposed to have that inside. Hello there. You're supposed to have that, but inside of at least a good story. The prequels are not a great story. Lucas did kind of jump on a lot of things, but again, at least it was a story. You could follow it. You understood what was happening. You know what I mean? This, I kind of understand it, but the motivations are hard to get. Or at least even in the brand prequels, even in the sequel trilogies, which don't like. At least I understood the motivations. You know what I mean? They may not agree with them, but I understood them. In this one, it's hard to understand the motivations for Fett. You know what I mean? And even Fennec, her motivation is what? He saved me and put some metal in my guts. That's literally, it seems to be her only motivation.
Well, I want to challenge that. I am not certain that he put the metal in her guts. I think she
get it somehow. Either way,
I think she already had it when she was shot. He went back. I think she got it sometime before, and she's had that in her guts maybe for a decade, right? But that he took her and got her repaired. Like whatever.
Either way, he saved her.
But
he saved her. So it's a life. It's a life death thing. But she's not a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
She's a human being.
Right.
But I feel I'm not understanding what is his motivation. Is it to help the Tuskens? Is it for power? Is it for changing the status quo? I don't understand what it is yet. And I thought I was getting it with the flashbacks, but then they completely turned it around. And the worst thing that happened for me in this episode was this biker gang. Just now, these kids, they're going to be his crew now. Forget about the Tusken Raiders. I'm going to have these kids on scooters who are just scrappy, and they have like android parts on them, and she would have a spike on her foot and a laser on her arm, and they're doing this and they're doing. But it's underwhelming. They haven't given me a reason to care about these kids.
I see when you talk about what is Boba's motivation, I'm with you. I feel like they've been building that through the Tuskens and his tie to their story, and that seems to be what was driving it. And I also thought that it was building up for him to bring the Tuskens in as part of his enforcers. That these aren't just barbaric nomads out in the desert. They are families. They get this familiar kind of hierarchy, and he's going to be the family head of this group, and perhaps multiple groups, right? Because they said there's
different
multiple
tribes and they're different.
Right.
It's direct parallels to what we see with the Aboriginals in New Zealand and with Native Americans here. That. And that's what I saw with the Pikes. Like the Pikes were so defensive, like shooting all of them, because it was similar to here, to where you had the Cowboys or the Marshals or never the cavalry, where it's like to them, they're all savages,
right?
Because one or two tribes may have been very aggressive, they were just slaughtering all of them, and that's what the Pikes were doing. So that made sense, and I was on board for that. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm liking what they're building with here. And then in this episode, we see him when he's talking to the Pikes. That he's doing protection with the Tuskens, and then that biker gang the sand bikers or whatever they called, they were doing stuff for them too. So they had to. So the Pikes basically were pitting them against each other to see who comes out on top.
Right.
We apparently saw who came out on top. Because
yeah, the Niktos are quite brutal, right? And they're leaving their tag everywhere.
Like 4 of them in a bar without a problem.
Right. So, which kind of led to, okay, I see where Boba's coming from. He's a not to be messed with kind of combatant, and he's learning other combat styles from these Tuskens. It's just going to help make him even more of a killer, right? But we've not seen him taking that approach. We do have the lead up. So Finnick says they're coming to war. And Boba says, we're going to be ready. So it's very possible, and back to Meg, what she's saying, like, these last 4 episodes can be war, right? We can have an absolute brawl. And we've seen in some of the trailers that looks like Mos Espa is trashed. There's a lot of rubble. There's a lot of destruction. So I think that we may get a lot of that in these last 4 episodes.
Here, I'll give you an example. This is why... even though that action, like when I watch those, when I watch those individual episodes, if that comes to pass, right? Oh, this is exciting. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. But overall, as a series, this is what it feels like. It feels like they're doing a World War II series, right? And they just go to D-Day invasion and don't give us any of the story beforehand and just give us jokes between Churchill and Roosevelt. That's what it feels like. And then we go to D-Day. It's like you're not giving me anything to care about that battle.
It doesn't feel like a world war to me. It feels more like a regional, more like a Vietnam
right. I was saying, like,
or Korea. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying though. We are seeing the Pikes are trying to establish their control. We also know that the Trandoshans are trying to establish control.
Yeah. The mayor made a deal with the Pikes that he basically said, you can come in here and take over. That's basically what happened. And that's why they were arriving and stuff.
Yeah. Meg, Lunga would probably agree with that, but I'm not clicking on it. I'm not, I'll just point it out so he can see the comment.
No, actually, you Meg. I don't think you know me that well. You could actually ask Santa. I'm not one of these huge Kathleen Kennedy haters. I didn't like the sequel trilogy, and I do blame her for lack of planning because she didn't really plan out those movies. It was a lack of plan. But I'm not this person of like I can't stand her. I'm not in that camp. Yeah. I give her credit when she does good, and I tell her when she does, and I say when she does bad.
But I love Ducky's comment. Right, war is coming, Boba. We'll be ready with well formulated talking points. Yeah, she says she knows. She's just having fun. Yeah. I know. That's what's so much fun about the community as a whole. You, Meg, and my arch nemesis Martin Keeler, everybody's just having fun.
I thought that was my role.
Oh, well, you're not here all the time.
The balance of power needs a shift on the dark side. Sorry,
I'm just saying. It's a lot of fun. We have fun trolling each other and coming onto each other's streams and trolling. And I really want to thank you, Lunga, for coming in. I want to get back to grading the predictions. But this has been you've done a great job of explaining it. I'm having a lot of fun with the discussion. You're welcome here anytime, all the time. Sure. And likewise, if I'm available, I love to stop by your streams. And by the way, the shift to mornings has worked in my favor. I've been able to be there more. So that's been nice as well.
Yeah, we had a little bit of change in schedules and stuff, so we decided to go to the morning. It just seemed better. And I mean, originally that's what I was going to do when I did midday mashup, but there was some reasons why I went to the midday. But thank you for having me. I do appreciate it. And you're welcome anytime too. If you want to talk about something, just let me know.
Very good. Very good, Lunga. Thank you. Have a good day. Get a nap.
I'm gonna try, man.
before you and Yellow go at it. So,
Oh, today we're not doing it. Yeah, on Book of
okay.
Boba Fett nights, we don't do it. We're not having a show today.
All right.
We're going to
Well,
bed. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, for the midday or mid morning.
all right. Well, take care, my
All right,
friend. All
later.
right.
Thank
See
you for
ya.
having me.
Bye. All right. That was great. Lunga was a great guest. That was good discussion because we had different opinion, and that's what's great is, and it's one of the things that we've kind of pointed out from the very get go of the start of the channel that we can have disagreements. We can have different things that people enjoy, and typically as fans, when we have these discussions, this is what it looks like. You disagree. You have fun, you laugh, you poke fun at one another, and it's great. So Lunga, that was great. I do want to get back to our predictions. The Bomar Monk scene outside, and by the way, we've been highlighting comments. Good to see you, Trinity. Thanks for coming into the discussion, and Will there as well. You think Easter eggs are bad now? Wait till Danny Trejo with a light machete. I can't wait. That would be great. Yeah. I would say what else I was going to say. You guys, Lunga is just a grumpy old Irish dude. No, not Irish. Italian. He's a grumpy Italian. You get him going. I tell you what. If you get Lunga going and you get him upset, he goes full Italian on you. Beware. Like he'll go full Italian on you and he'll let loose. So you gotta be good, Italian scooter dude. So there you go. I think more support of why Lunga would be definitely part of the Vespa gang. No, I'm kidding. Like we know. So yeah, and this is what else Trinity. Look, I've been. I think Trinity does a great job on his channel, and he has these discussions about people getting really, really angry over silly, stupid stuff. Yes, Kiaran, Irish can be grumpy too, and Scottish. And what's a lot of fun when you get an Irishman or a Scottishman really upset is they start making no sense. You're like, what are they saying? I don't know. I'm not sure they know. So much fun. Bomar Monk, outside Jabba's. Oh, I was going to say Trinity's done a great job of talking about how people get really worked up over things, and they just work up these huge fights over silly, stupid stuff, and it's not good. So, go now, but you could just message me when I won the prediction thing again. You're not winning this week, Martin. If you win again, we're calling foul. We're gonna have to ban you for using insider trading. Right, insider trading. Boba rides a Rancor. Was the next question. He did not, but he very well telegraphed. We are going to get Boba riding a Rancor. That's happening. He's already said he wants to. He has the Rancor now, and he's going to ride it. So the no's get the point, but now this becomes a much more difficult question. How long is it going to take him to learn to ride that thing? We're going to see him try to ride it, right? There's got to be a training montage. Training montage coming. I'll flip, table flip when he rides a Rancor. He's riding it. He's riding it, Lunga. We know he's riding it. It's happening. It's happening. How long will it take? Take him. We're getting a montage. We're getting a montage for sure. Boba learning to ride the Rancor, much like Din Djarin learning to ride a Blurg. Right? There's a montage coming. You can feel it. The Rancor is called Mittens. Yes. He's going to learn to ride it faster. It took Mando to ride the Blurg. Oh, that's... Yes. We need the video of Lunga table flipping. It's happening. It's happening. Vespa swoop bike chase through Mos Espa. We did see that with Scad and Drash, and it appears that is their names, Scad and Drash. So yeses get the point here. And it looked like most people had picked that. A good number of no's, though. We see a flashback scene. Like I said, this is in the DNA of the show, and hearing Lunga talk about the story not progressing, I think this has become a big part of the complaints. Is that the flashbacks are dominating the show rather than supporting the show. But which plebe voted no on flashbacks? That's a good point. Somebody did vote no. But, Bully McGuire went no on the flashback. Yeah, that's it. Din Djarin cameo. We did get a Mando cameo, which I think we all picked out early on. We did get a Mando cameo, but not Mando. It was what's her name again? The actress, and Jamie put it in the chat earlier. We saw her and her pit droids walking through Mos Espa or Mos Eisley when he was in Mos Eisley. Pelimoto. We saw her for sure. So I told you to come to this. Flashbacks are taking over. Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons cameo. He's not been seen in public. That's because he's been filming the Book of Boba Fett. Din Djarin cameo. That's not yet. I do think oops, wrong button. I clicked the wrong thing, my friends. Amy Sedaris. That's it, Matt. Thank you. Yeah, we did see Amy Sedaris, or at least an Amy Sedaris lookalike. Perhaps it was Richard Simmons body doubling for Amy Sedaris. That could be. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Meg, you're not wrong. Look, people voting that Din was going to be there. Did I already do it? No. It's a big guess, but not yet. So Din Djarin cameo, not yet. Knows, get the point. And I'm actually curious if he will. If the rumors concerning the season finale are correct, it lowers the odds of seeing Din Djarin, in my opinion. From what's been making its rounds, it seems like should that happen, Din Djarin may not show up in the episode at all, or in this season. Luke Skywalker and Grogu cameo, that did not happen. It could happen in the season finale. So no's get the point here. Let's go on with Cobb Vanth cameo. Now, I have been thinking we're going to get Cobb Vanth in the flashback scenes, and I felt like we were going to maybe get there this episode. It really was starting to feel like it, but it did not. So you see, Santa voted yes. Santa thought we were going to have the Cobb Vanth cameo. Looks like most people said no, we were not. But so those get the point here. Santa, look, I got that wrong. I do think we are going to get a Cobb Vanth sighting. It's going to be in a cameo at least. Now this next one, Akira, where was it? No, Dr. Aphra and Kira. These are long shots, I think. I thought we were going to get a Crimson Dawn reference, but it turned out it was actually the Pike Syndicate. I thought they were there for a moment. I thought we were going to get the Crimson Dawn reference. That has not happened. I'm not sure it will happen. But there you have it. Cad Bane cameo. I feel like Cad Bane is still in the mix. I hope that he's in the mix. A lot of people are pointing towards Dave Filoni's episode, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. that I think that's going to be the most likely place we see. Oh, Meg just posted her breakdown. So as soon as we finish this, I will be going to watch that. So Cad Bane cameo, not yet. I do feel like if we see Cad Bane, and I hope that we will, live action Cad Bane is going to make me flip. I'm going to be super excited no matter what. And my only question is, are we going to get Todo 360? Are we going to get his droid? Are we going to get live action to do? Are we going to get that or not? So Cad Bane cameo, not yet. The Hutt twins are in the episode. Now, I'm telling Boba to sleep lightly. I felt like they were going to be in it, and they definitely were. They definitely were in here. So the Hutt twins in the episode. Yeses get the point here. I'm doing quite well this week. It feels like it feels like our wall of fame is going to be shorter, and please let it be that Martin Keeler does not make it. Meg, please bring Todo into it. I love Seth Green. I certainly hope. I really do hope that's going to happen. The Crimson Dawn is mentioned. You see, I voted yes on that. I thought that was going to happen, but there for a moment, I thought I was going to get that point as well. It did not. So Crimson Dawn, no Crimson Dawn mentioned. I'm not sure they're going to make them the big bads. I thought that they were setting up to be the big bads, but I don't think so. Mark says he doesn't think the Pikes are the big bad. They're a misdirect. Perhaps. But there were a lot of them unloading off of that transport. So, not sure. Not sure. The Daily Post is failing to launch. Meaning that it hasn't gotten the notice of it being up. That the video has not yet posted to YouTube. So you just got done uploading it. It may take YouTube a little bit to process it and get the notice out. So Crimson Dawn mentioned did not happen. I thought it was going to. I'm not sure that it will, but there you have it. Now you can see how we're doing. We do have, oh, look who is ahead of Santa right there. Star Wars Meg she's got 16 points. It looks like Meg is going to make, for sure, absolutely for sure, going to make the Wall of Fame. The question is, will she beat Santa or tie? We're this close. How close? Meg says it's already got 9 comments. So it should be. King James says he got the notification. So it's coming through. It's coming through. So here we go. Bonus points. This is everybody's favorite part of the show when Santa gets to say, no point for you. And hopefully I get to say that to Martin Keeler. Oh my goodness. Star Wars Santa. Bantha is killed. Indeed, Bantha, we saw plenty of dead Bantha. So Banthas were killed. Boba rescues. Yogurt means Meg's video. Yeah, I know. This looks like you have to click the URL. Okay. So it's coming. It's getting there. How long you been going for? I've been going for an hour 39, Novak. We're going long today. Novak, here you are. We're to your prediction. Boba rescues Fennec. We see more Crate Dragon where Boba's on the dune looking on. That did not happen. No point for you, Novak. So there you go. No point for Novak. Yogurt, Savan, Sophie Thatcher, and Drash Rindar in this episode. They were Sophie and what's the actor's name? I had it. They were in the episode, but it was not Savan and Dash Rindar. So I wanted to give you the point, but I cannot because they are not Savan and Drash. No, good guess though. Dr. Glorfindel. We see the mysterious Wookiee again. That would be the Black Chrysanthemum, and we did see Black Chrysanthemum again. So you get the bonus point. You need 16 or better to get on the Wall of Fame this week so far. Nobody has made it. Matt Rissman, we see the modified YT ship in this episode. Are you talking about the troop that Corellian transport? What's the modified YT? You're talking about, it looked like the Falcon, right? It's not a modified YT. I'm going to give you the point because I know what you're talking about. The ship we saw it coming on from the front, looked like it was going to be that, but it was not. There you go. Scad and Drash confirmed in the credits. Sneaky reference to Ganja Club. Oh, that's good. Matt Rissman, modified. I'm going to give you the point. Star Wars fits. Kieran. It was a Star Cruiser. Trash advertisement for Disney Star Cruiser. You're probably not wrong, Lunga. You're probably not wrong. It wasn't the same shape though, right? That's the Disney Star Cruiser. Kind of has a point with more of a almost like a hammerhead kind of front. There you go. Oh, Lunga. Yeah, it could be a YouTube server replication, right? Depending on which server you're hitting on YouTube, it may take some time to get through. More banthas get killed. Kieran, yes, point for you. Again, 16 is the goal. 16 or better. Boba mentions respect. Dan on tap. Daniel Fisher. Did he mention respect? I want to say yes. I'm going to give you the point. And if I'm wrong, I could go back and pull it back, but I think he did. Homac, one of Meg's very loyal supporters and somebody who's been supporting this channel as well. Thank you for your prediction. What do you have in here? Chapter 3, more time in the present, not relying too much on Tuskens. Sleep lightly. Prelude to Chapter 3, all killer, no filler phase. Here on out, each chapter gets more intense. Sophie Thatcher's character makes her debut. Another hired gun with plot thickening. Whoa, boy, you put a lot in there, Homac. I'm going to give you the point because there was less flashback. There was more current time. Sophie Thatcher's character did make her debut. And the sleep lightly thing kind of came to fruition. So there was enough in there that I'll give you the point. Darth Chaos, boss cameo. Nope, no point. Ducky. Flashbacks take up less episode than the present day. Ducky gets a point. Oh, everybody. Now, everyone's now calling the Star Cruiser. That's funny. What they're now calling the Star Cruiser. Yeah. There we go. Jumpin' Jamie. Finnick pilots a ship. Oh, Jamie, you're 1 point off of the Wall of Fame this week, but she did not pilot a ship. I think she will, but it didn't happen. Bouncing Birdie. Oh, Bouncing Birdie coming in with a, yeah, you went off the gunship slip. I know. It's coming. It just didn't happen. Birdie gets a point here. Boba's throne. We did see that. Again, 1 point short of tying or beating her dad. So Bouncing Birdie right there in the mix. Dawn, additional Sarlacc footage. Nope, that didn't happen. Blaze Cap is was going with the Alenvel. He was commenting on my last couple of videos, and I was going to give him a huge call out if that was correct. Not a didn't come to happen. So there you go. Star Wars Meg, she's tied with Santa. Can she beat Santa this week in the predictions? Bib Fortuna flashback. Bib Fortuna flashback did not happen, Meg. Sorry, no point for you. Oh, you tied Santa. Nobody has beat Santa this week. So, yeah, nope, no point. Oh, my goodness. Finnick piloted Boba's fire spray. No, you put that in quotes. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Mike Porter says your video wouldn't open for him, Meg. So I think it's a. As long as you beat. Look here, I'm now actively rooting for people to beat Zuvium, Martin Keeler. If anybody beats Martin Keeler, I'm happy. That's that's it. That's it. We did see the spider droid. It was Bib's brain. Well, we got Bib's brain in the Bomar Monk. No. Astromech Jeremy. We see our first protocol droid. We did see a protocol droid in the streets of Mos Espa during the Vespa chase. So there you go. Give you the point. Zuvium. We see Boba rescue Finnick. No point for you. And that gives me great joy. And look there, Zuvium all the way down with 12 measly points. Look at all the people who are beating Martin this week. This gives joy in my heart to see Martin getting beat so soundly. Baymax, Boba sneaks up to Jabba's palace to get the Slave One back in the flashback. That did not happen, Mark. That scene is yet to happen. We see the Jawas who stole his armor. We did not Jawas, but we didn't see the ones who stole his armor. Balin Skywalker. We see Boba set off on his own to Jabba's palace to find Slave One Tusken gear. Nope, didn't happen. Mark, I see your comment. I'm not clicking on that either. You're misbehaving. Look at you. Ducky Momo, one of the regular winners here, says, we get some actual insight as to why Boba needs the Bacta tank. Well, we know that after getting crushed by Black Chrysanthemum, he needed it, but we don't know why he's been using it to this point. We see how Boba leaves the Tuskens. Abby gets a point. And you know what? This puts Abby ahead of me. But we have our first person who has beat Santa for the week. Abby, fantastic supporter. Good to see you at the top of the list, top of the wall of fame. Abby, thank you so much. Tiffany, Finnick and Boba start to disagree, rub each other the wrong way a bit. I don't think so. So we'll go there. Definitely a real Boba quote. Definitely not a real Boba quote, Meg. Mace Windu in episode 6. Well, Dime Stordala, that's a great prediction, but we can't give you the point in episode 3 for an episode 6 prediction. It'd be great to put that in for week 6. Bully McGuire. Bully McGuire in episodes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The main villain of the show. I love your enthusiasm. No point. Coop, a good friend, Coop, who is going to join us to talk about the latest Thrawn novel in the Thrawn trilogy. Coop, Boba walks into town again. He did, and Coop, I'm going to give you this point because we're friends, but this is bordering on a freebie. So we're going to give you the point, but that's bordering illegal territory. Star Wars Chimera. Oh, I love the Thrawn reference. Han Solo mentioned. Nope. Next, Hammy Demand. Bosk is referenced, is seen or referenced in the episode. No, did not happen. But tied on Santa for the Wall of Fame. Congratulations, Brian Stone. Boba parts ways with the Tusken tribe. He did, sadly. RF Gaming Channel. There you have it. We see Black Chrysanthemum in battle. Yes, we did. Bonus point. Kylie, we go off planet. No, we did not. Avishai Akiva. Avishai Akiva. Oh, I love it. Lightsaber. No lightsabers. Sheev the Wise. We see Jango Fett in flashbacks. Sheev, so close. I'm pretty sure that Jango is flying the Slave One when we see see him fly off there on Camino. But we do not see Jango Fett in flashbacks. We saw the Slave One. We assumed that he's in there, but we did not see Jango Fett. No point for you. Green Bear. We find out the Tuskens survive pre-Mando Boba Season 2 era. Ooh. No, I don't think so. We see how Boba managed to save Finnick. For Kajella, no, we did not see that flashback scene. People are wanting the flashbacks to catch up. And this is sort of what Lunga was talking about. We did not get to the current. They want the flashbacks to move forward so that the current day can move forward faster. We're still spending a lot of time on flashbacks. That part of the story is not advancing quick enough for a lot of people. And I think that's one of the things at the heart of the complaints for this episode. So that did not. The Nikto gang chase scene is a flashback. Oh, revenge on Boba for roughing up some of their members. Ruben, there's a lot baked in there. I'm going to give you the point because I do think that's the case. Oh, look, Mike Porter got it to work. He just had to reboot the phone, and he's already shared it out on Twitter. Look at Mike Porter. Fantastic. Thank you for doing that, Mike. King James, Boba and Black Chrysanthemum fight. Yes, they did. Ronnie, no, just 1 point, not 2. Ronnie, we'll see Boba take back the Slave One. We did not. Mike Porter, we'll see an X-Wing fighter. No point for you. Don Basham, Boba has a flashback attack on Tusken family that shows what is yet to become of his handing Tatooine to them. Don, this is sort of what we were talking about. What is his motivation for taking control of Tatooine, of Amos Espa? Why is he going in to be the boss? I'm the crime lord now. Why is he doing that? I like your insight here that he was doing it to be able to hand Tatooine over to the Tuskens. Again, kind of a big callback to Dune, and that's maybe where they're headed with it. I'm going to give you the point because I love what your insight. I think that's perhaps the case. Kenneth, flashback will show a longer version of Mando post-credit scene killing Bib Fortuna. No, it did not. Anonymous is here. We will see flashbacks of Boba coming across Finnick's body and repairing her. Nope, not. We haven't made it that far. Again, a lot of people wanting those flashback scenes to move forward. Catch up. Let's get out of flashback mode. That's not happening. It's not happening. It's still built in. SWL Vespa gang goes after Major Domo. That's exactly what happened. Flashback. Boba picks up Slave One. That did not happen. So here's the problem: you put two guesses in your prediction, and now I'm stuck. Do I give you the point for the Vespa gang, or you know what? It's never happened before. This is a first time only. I'm going to give you a half point. I've never given partial points. It's either been 1 or nothing. But I'm going to give you the half point there because you nailed it on the first half of that guess. Sketchcraft. Bib Fortuna complications. Oh, I saw Jason and Rob talking yesterday. Bib Fortuna complications. A lot of Boba's issues are contributed to because Bib Fortuna was ineffective and we had the power vacuum filled by different entities. So if we say Bib Fortuna complications, yikes. I don't know what to say. I'll give you the point, Rob. I'll do that. Jason, Bib Fortuna complications for Tuskens. Being more specific for the Tuskens. No, I don't think so. And if that's what Rob meant, and I got to go back to see, I could take back the point from Rob, but we'll give him the point for now. Hardcore Rob, Boba Fett uses his jetpack. That did happen. We saw it, just a glimpse of it, but we did see it. We'll find out why Boba doesn't get his armor. Nope, a magic maker. Good guess, but did not happen. RF Gaming, we see Black Chrysanthemum in a fight. We did. Star Wars 1995. Excellent. Slave One name drop. No. And we saw, I think they're going to call it the Fire Spray Gunship. I think that came out in an interview, and that we've had Tamura call it he said they've been calling it the fire spray gunship in the show, and so I think that's what we're going to see it called. The guys send someone to assassinate Boba. The twins did send Black Chrysanthemum to do that. I'll give you the point. C-3PO and R2-D2. Nope. We did see a protocol droid and an astromech droid, but it was not C-3PO and R2. Nikki! Hey! Nikki! Finnick and Boba flashback. Saving her. Nope. Did not happen, Nikki. Levi Bond from All New Nerds. Levi, the line from a trailer. That was just the first wave. Will be in this episode. It was not. At the end, we did get Finnick saying they're coming for war, but I don't. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Did Levi get the point here? I got to think back to that conversation at the very end. Did that line from trailer? That was just the first wave. Did that happen? I don't think it did. Vanessa, I think Boba and Black Chrysanthemum will have a standoff. They did. Dylan from All New Nerds. Black Chrysanthemum will appear. He did. Which puts you well ahead of Levi for the week. Oh no. And Skywalker's Academy, some will have more advice for Boba. They did. And actually it was 8D8 had a bit of advice for him, but he did get advice in the episode. So 16 is the score to tie or beat. We did have a couple of people reach it. Sketchcraft, we're going to give Sketchy Rob credit, at least for now, for getting on the Wall of Fame next week. SWL with the first ever granting of a half a point at 17.5. I think that puts you... Oh, okay, point for Levi. Levi gets a point. Okay, there we go. 12 points for Levi. Still didn't catch Dylan, but we'll give Levi the point. Keep going. 16 or better. Ruben Oliver. Ruben, first time seeing your name on the list. Very good. Congratulations. 16 or better. Hammy Demand. Hammy Demand's been participating weekly. Made it onto the Wall of Fame for this week. Abby actually beat Santa, 17 points. And at least for now, SWL is just ahead for half a point. But Abby right there at the very top of the leaderboard for week 3. Star Wars Meg. Meg, congratulations for making it onto the Wall of Fame for week 3. She did manage to tie Santa this week. And then I think that's it, right? So that puts the Wall of Fame. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names on the Wall of Fame for week 3. Much better than my first week predictions that were so low. So we'll hide this now. You guys, we've been on here now for 2 hours. 2 hours is a very long stream. I appreciate all of you being here. I will compile these points, put them into the season totals, and we will look forward to seeing that come out here later today. Just another reminder, we'll be doing the weekly show with the Magic Maker tomorrow on Thursday. And Friday, look forward to talking to Meg again for our weekly Star Wars Roundup. Hopefully that works out for both of our schedules. And then we will have Friday evening, for those of you over in the UK, we'll have our monthly Zoom call with members. And if you are a channel member, you get access to these monthly calls, and we do giveaways. We have vintage collection toys that we give away for anybody that's a channel member. We have Black Series figure giveaways for anybody at the snowpack level or above. And then for our Elite Squad members, those who are at the very top end of the monthly contributions, we are going to have several very notable premier figure giveaways. The first being our SH Figure Arts Boba Fett, which should be coming out at the end of February. That was delayed. It was supposed to be January, but it looks like it's going to be next month. So that'll probably be in March for that giveaway. You guys have a little bit of time to join as an Elite Squad member if you would like to win that SH Figure Arts figure. Then we are also, for those that are not aware, we're going to give away the Hot Toys Sideshow Collectibles, the Hot Toys version of Boba Fett on his throne. Boba Fett, you get the throne, Boba Fett, and we are going to add Fennec Shand, the Sideshow Collectible Hot Toy Fennec Shand that's going to be released next March. So March of 2023. You get all three of those. You get Boba, the throne, and Fennec for being one of our Elite Squad members. So hope that you guys get involved in that as well. So thank you so much. I've had a good time. We do have we do have a Mike Porter dad joke of the day. It is a Star Wars themed dad joke once again, and this one's really good. This one's really good. If you've not followed Mike Porter on Twitter, you should. Mike Porter supports all of our channels, and he posts these dad jokes. So I take them from his channel, and his Twitter account is in the description here, so you can see that. Mike Porter dad joke. What do some Star Wars fans call nicotine gum? You know, if you've had a nicotine addiction, you need nicotine gum. What do you call, as a Star Wars fan, what do you call your nicotine gum? Chewbacca. Oh, that's a really good one, Mike Porter. Chewbacca. Thank you so much for that. That's a great one. I've had a great day today. You guys, I hope that you have a good day as well. I look forward to seeing Meg's breakdown video and interacting with the rest of the day with other folks. So thank you again for being here. I really appreciate your support. It means a ton to me. We are right at 2,000 subscribers. We keep kind of dipping below. When I logged in this morning, it was 1,999. Oh, we were one short. We just need one to go back over 2,000. We keep kind of dipping up and below there. So thank you so much. It means a ton to me. It's really, really fantastic. I love you all. You're wonderful. You do more for me than you know. So thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, my friends, Merry Christmas, and may the Force be with you always. Bye-bye.